I kill my trees by cutting out so drastically. Hi, I'm miltonchang of Bonsaiheirloom. A cool sunny day, about 72 degrees, wonderful for bonsai. Bonsai actually grow very well in the cooler weather. Put them in the full sun and a lot of water. So this is a good growing season actually before the leaves are starting to fall off. People roll me angrily to say I kill my trees by cutting out so drastically. I appreciate your feedback because you care. So let me defend myself, explaining what am I doing. My method is basically called cut and grow. That means rather than take a tree and try to keep as much as possible, and by bending the leaves around by wiring, I actually don't do that. I try to cut back to the core of the design, of the trunk, the basic core of the design of the tree, and then let it grow out so that it's got the basic design, and then plus the growth in a natural growth, and I modify it to conform to my vision. So I kind of have both of my worlds covered. And the advantage of doing that, if you look at all my bonsai, there's no two trees are alike. Every tree is like its own, because every tree in nature is slightly different of its own, based on its condition where it's at, and the location relative to sun and the amount of water it gets in soil and so forth. So thank you for your comment, but I will continue to do that because that is my method. Thinking about it, I really want to extrapolate to a much broader issue about bonsai. I ask many people, why are you not keeping a bonsai, and whereas you have many houseplants? And the answer invariably is that, A, I'm afraid to kill my bonsai because I understand they're hard to keep alive. And the second reason is that there's so damn many rules about bonsai keeping. It's a hobby. I rather enjoy freely without worrying about the rules. So let me address both. First of all, let's understand why bonsais are easy to kill. It is easy to kill because the roots is the pot is very shallow. You can water every day, and you set it out in the full hot sun one day, and it will dry out. And once it's dried out, you're watering it. You think you're watering it, but you're not, because the water runs out. And so that's why trees die. You know, it may look green for a few more days, but in reality, it's dead. So with that in mind, then, we got to do something. So Bonsaiheirloom, we come up with an invention, which is very obvious, very simple, but it solves this problem, watering problem, that when you water it, when the root ball is dry, it doesn't get water. So we have a patent applied for on a method where we'll overcome this problem. Very simple. We eliminated the hole in the bottom. Many people will cringe that I eliminated the hole in the bottom. Instead, I put holes about half an inch above the bottom so that when you water it, the water would sit in the bottom of the pot for a few hours or a day or two, or really few hours, will get sucked up gradually by the soil root ball so that the root ball it remains supple. So if you just touch it and water it when it feels dry, your bonsai will never die. It will become your heirloom in time. That's just like, I kept some of my trees alive for 50 years. I've tested this method on several bonsai trees, and they do fabulously. The alternative to this, the takeoff from that idea is to put a pen under your bonsai so that it sits in water, that much water after you water it, so that the root ball will suck up the moisture. Now, the second issue is that too many rules. What I've been saying is very simple-minded, is to say you can make no mistakes. Just understand a few basic rules, such as watering it frequently and keep it under full sun, fertilizer occasionally. That's all you need to know. In terms of pruning, cutting, design, you're totally free to do whatever you like, and that's very freeing. So now the question is that, why are there so many rules? Well, first of all, it's out of good intention. people try something that works, they want to tell you how wonderful their technique has worked. They would like you to do the same. They like you to know, and that you will do the same. So that's a good starting point. Then it starts to go away. So, for example, as we are growing up, we're always taught to be proud of ourselves. Yes, we should, so that motivates us to be good. But it doesn't mean the pride becomes arrogance. We think we are so good that we want to tell people what to do. And my opinion is better than yours because I'm superior. That's silly. You know, an opinion is just an opinion. And so a lot of the opinions about bonsai is true that it worked for that individual, but it's under a specific set of circumstances. And then the problem is that, you know, like a lot of teachers, they're out of their kindness, they're teaching, but some are arrogant, it's more of a control. They want to tell people what to do. And so that's why there are many rules. So what do? A good compromise, in fact, I suggest that you listen to the masters, listen to what I say, but don't take it as a grain of salt. But as a data point, you experiment, extrapolate, that becomes firsthand learning. And like I kill a lot of trees. I didn't accept it verbatim that the tree just died. I think about what I did wrong. And over time, I learned from my mistakes, and I read books to further enhance my knowledge. Pretty soon, I know a lot of things. So always build on what you know, but don't be burdened by your past, but build on your past to extrapolate beyond. So I'm not saying you shouldn't wire, but you should understand the reason why wiring is good and why wiring is bad, so you don't gird the tree by wiring too tightly or keep the wire on too long. So make use of knowledge you have in an optimal way. So examining my own experience, basically, I learned from the masters. I did not learn like John Naka and so forth. I did not reject the traditional methods. Rather, I learn from them. I understand the reasoning behind what they say and what they do, and then extrapolate. And then in the process, I kill many trees because my assumptions weren't correct. And I learned from it. I figure it out so that I don't make the mistake. And then I truly believe bonsai is such a great hobby. I like to share with the world. That's why I am sharing with you what I know openly, so that I hope you will do your own experiment. That's your firsthand learning. And then give us the feedback of what works. For example, there are a lot of native material that can be made into nice bonsai. For example, would you think about rosemary, the herb, becomes a really nice narrow trunk to become a beautiful shohin bonsai? Try your thing. Dig up the tree in your garden from the nature and see if you can make it into a bonsai. Share with us what worked and what didn't work, so that we can all grow, so that we have a nice bonsai heirloom community. We'll enjoy this great hobby and share with the rest of the world. It's truly a great hobby because it's like meditation. It's good for the health of your mind. So with that in mind then, please tell a friend about this video and other videos, and click like if you think I'm being rational, and subscribe to our channel, and go to our website or send us your email address so we can notify you of product availability, because the quantities will be very limited. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I see you next week.